Hey everybody, welcome to the Dad Challenge Podcast. My name is Josh and I am at this beautiful spot. It's actually a YouTube buddy of mine. He has a blog. It's called You Build Creative, and I'm at his new property he's going to build a house on. He's a custom home builder and he does a lot of cool DIY projects. Anyway, I'm really excited because this is a really beautiful spot. But man, my ass is getting eaten by mosquitoes like you've no idea. Okay? Jeez. So anyway, I just want to do a quick update on what's happening with this. Something happened today. So some of you know that I launched a GoFundMe for Huxley, and against some people's better judgment, against some people's advice not to, because I guess it looks kind of chachi to a lot of people. It looks kind of sketchy, and I get it. And I'm not saying that people are, they're not justified in it, because there have been people who've taken advantage of GoFundMes for sure. So my intention clearly was obviously not to take money from the situation, and I raised something like $1,400 Canadian for Huxley, which is like $6 US. But anyway, the idea was I was going to reach out to the lawyers in this situation, and I reached out to the Ohio Child Services or whatever they called it, and been bouncing back and forth. I didn't get an email back from the Stauffers lawyers. But what happened was, I think because there's only two people I reached out to, and that's the Ohio Children's Society or whatever it's called, and I reached out to the lawyers of the Stauffers. And as of today, I've got an email from GoFundMe, and I'm going to read it to you guys because they shut down this thing, and I'm going to read you why. Where'd you get this?
Where's the gas station?
Oh, thanks, man. Oh, I sprayed it wrong. Thanks, Mark.
Yeah.
Mark's here. Come say hi, Mark. Hey guys, this is Mark. Mark's from You Build Creative. Come over here, can't see you. Can't see you.
Can't see me?
Come on this side. Mark's from You Build Creative. We're at his property. He's gonna build a brand new house here on this river, and you should be jealous because it's like the most beautiful spot in the world. Thanks for the bug spray.
Yeah.
So here's what I got back from GoFundMe. It says, "Thank you for choosing GoFundMe, blah, blah, blah. Our trust and safety team received questions about the authenticity of your campaign." So they're questioning my authenticity, meaning I'm using this opportunity to raise money for what it looks like for Huxley, but I'm gonna pocket it. That's what they're saying. Because of this, your campaign has been temporarily suspended, which means it can only be viewed by you. Okay, so they want me to answer a couple of questions. What's your plan for how all the donations will be spent or handled? Your connection to the intended recipients of the campaign's donations, and anything else that might help your community better understand the purpose of your campaign. If you look on the GoFundMe, man, I'm sorry, these mosquitoes are they're more annoying than the Stauffers excuse video. But anyway, so I asked them who flagged it and what's going on, and they wouldn't answer that. And so then I gave them my plan. So they asked, "What's your plan?" I said, "My plan is to reach out to Ohio Child Protective Services and adoption agencies in his known region and ask that they make sure the money gets to him," meaning put it in their hands and they can get it to him without giving out where he is or anything like that. I was going to put it in their transfer over the GoFundMe to them, and then they can take care of it, hopefully, and trust that they would get that to Huxley, right? And then I said, "I've also reached out to the lawyers of the Stauffer family to see if they can set up the transfer without giving any information out." They said, "Anything else that might help your community?" I said, "I've been open and honest with everyone who's donated and have posted 2 status updates on the plans. If you look at my history on GoFundMe, you'll see I've previously done a fundraiser for someone who needed help. It was a viral situation. I helped a single dad and his 3 kids. That's a different story. It was called Pizza Dad, and I did this a while ago. So, if you want to look up Pizza Dad, you can see that. But, okay, so then Joe reached out to me from GoFundMe, okay? Joe said this: "Hey, my name's Joe, and I'm from the trust and safety team at GoFundMe, and I truly appreciate you providing this information. I'm happy to help in any way I can. However, due to the nature of the campaign and the complaints that we've received, we do need to verify that you have authorization to raise money on Huxley's behalf. Okay? Can you let me know if you've heard back from the lawyers of the family? If so, would you kindly provide documentation such as a screenshot of your correspondence to allow our team to review further?" So basically there's been complaints, and I get it. People are trying to be like, don't, and that would be the worst thing you could do, is like raise money in the name of a rehomed adopted child and put it in your pocket, right? That's crazy. So basically they got complaints, but what I think happened was I actually took down the links on all the YouTube pages because I just didn't want it to be to people to think that, because I was getting some comments. So I just took it down, and I was waiting to hear back from the lawyers and from the Child Protective Services to see what I could do here. In the end, I thought, well, if all else fails and I can't get this to Huxley for whatever reason, I was just going to donate it to an adoption agency or an nonprofit adoption agency in Huxley's name. I was going to do that, but after this, I wrote them back and I said, if there's a way, I'd like to know who made the complaint. And what I think happened was, after I emailed the lawyers, I didn't receive a word back from the lawyers, nothing. And that was over a week ago. And so I said, "Look, I've got this GoFundMe campaign for Huxley. I know you guys are representing the Stauffers and Huxley. I'm wondering if you could facilitate this donation going to Huxley." And so what I think happened was the lawyers wanted it shut down. Because if you look in the email, it says you do not have permission. Whose permission do you have to raise this money? First of all, I didn't know you needed permission to raise money for somebody. I didn't know that's a thing, so GoFundMe, it's probably in their big long list of things you don't read and sign at the end of every giant email. But I didn't know that you needed permission, because the other fundraiser I did for that guy, for Pizza Dad, I didn't ask his permission. That was kind of a secret too. Lots of people secretly raise funds for people and often don't want to be even known that they did it. So I don't know why you needed permission. So I'm thinking the lawyers reached out to GoFundMe and said, you need to shut this down, because it looks bad for the Stauffers, right? We're raising money for a kid, and it's raising over $1,400, and it looks bad because it looks like more people care about Huxley than the Stauffers did, and it's kind of, they have a point. So I just wanted to kind of update on everybody on that. I did reach out to GoFundMe, and I said, look, would you like to make a comment, because I am going to be talking about this on my channel, and I wanted to just make sure you guys were represented properly. I don't think that GoFundMe is in the wrong at all here. They're just trying to be protective of every situation, and I get that. So, and don't like tweet at GoFundMe and say, how dare you? It's not their fault. What I think is lawyers, and this is not proven, this is all conjecture, is that the lawyers for Stauffers reached out and said, shut this down because it looks bad. Because the Stauffers are actually monetizing, like they're copyright flagging everybody who's doing videos on them and monetizing it. It hasn't happened to me yet. I'm sure it's coming down the pipe. They just need to make as much money as they possibly can, because they're canceled for sure. Like, they ain't coming back from this. Like, if they come back from this, I have no hope in humanity. Okay, if they get to come back from this and just continue on their channel and just shut the comments off and then people watch. If you're out there and you're watching their channel and you're giving them views, I get it because you're interested, but if you're doing it as a fan, shame on you. What these people did was not acceptable, okay? And that's why the internet is exploding with with anger and hatred a lot of times, and like confusion. It's because this is just not acceptable. And so much has come out about Micah and James, mostly Micah, about her past and everything else, and just about how she'll do anything to get to be famous. And she's tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it, and nothing worked until this worked. And so this worked, and they tried everything from being vegans to homeschooling and changing everything until the right algorithm was hit. And then the right algorithm for them was Huxley. Okay, the right algorithm was adopting from China, and then capitalizing on it, and then realizing we can't do this. They did it and said, okay, this is way too difficult to do. So anyway, I wanted to update you. Basically, it was an update for the GoFundMe. I'm really trying to figure this out. If not, I'm really, really, really hoping, for all hope, that GoFundMe will refund all of you people that did donate, and thank you for doing that, by the way. Like, it shows that your heart is there, and I'm really trying to just get it back into your pocket. If you want to leave comments below if you have donated, if you're cool, maybe we'll just pick together. I'll put a poll out of which place we can donate in Huxley's name if I can't get refunds out. I really apologize for that. And again, against people's warnings to not do that, maybe I shouldn't have, but I just really felt strongly and passionately that nobody was really helping this kid except for the videos we're creating and we're putting it out there, but no one was really helping him. And I don't think that the Stauffers were helping him. And I mean, they made so much money off this kid. You think they're gonna cut him a check? Like, it's probably all spent anyway. So I'm passionate about this situation as an adopted dad myself, and I just don't want to see people rewarded for bad behavior. And I think people don't like to see injustice. People love to see the justice that people are deserved, the karma that people are deserved. And if you get away with stuff, people they hate it. Like, they hate it. So, man, thanks, Mark. He's spraying bug spray on my crotch, so that's kind of nice. Thanks, buddy. Like, isn't this beautiful? Anyway, so again, I know it probably wasn't the best thing to do. I sometimes I do things against my better judgment because I think I'm helping, but it might make things worse. If maybe you can comment below about how this could have made things worse. I don't know. Let me know what you think below, but I just think that I have an inkling that it was her lawyers and them saying shut this down, and they reached out to GoFundMe and probably wrote a strongly worded letter that cost the Stauffers probably $650 to write, to say please take this down or we're going to sue you or whatever, because no one has reached out to me. The Stauffers haven't, and I actually reached out to the Stauffers and said, love for you to come on the podcast, talk about your situation. I'd love to have them on. I wouldn't, it'd be a fair conversation, but of course they're never going to do that, right? So, and I get it, they're talking through their lawyers. The fact that they're talking through their lawyers should speak volumes, right? The fact that they need their lawyers to speak for them speaks volumes. If you're right in what you do, and you're justified and you think it's good, you should be able to stand up for your decision. You should be able to not have a fake tiered video where you're crying on the bed fake. You should be able to say, no, we did this. And you don't have to give us all the details. You just have to say, hey, maybe we were wrong. Maybe just coming out and saying you were wrong might have been a cool thing to do. Might have been saying, you know what, you guys were right. We were totally wrong in this. We apologize, and we're gonna do better. We're gonna be better. We're gonna get therapy. We're gonna go there. We're gonna figure this out. But it's all about fame. And I really, really hope in this situation, and I think we're hitting a turning point in the internet, especially with family vloggers, where people are getting called out for the right reasons, being called out for being bad parents. And is it our place to call out bad parents? I don't know. Maybe it depends, right? Depends what's going on. It depends how bad the kid's getting treated and whatever else. I don't know. I wish people would have reached out when I was a kid, when I was being abused, because my life probably would have been better. So anyway, sorry for the seriousness of the video. Is there like an alligator under here? Why is this thing moving like this?
We just got some fishermen over here.
Jeez. Anyway, so we're at Mark's house. Oh.
Is the fishermen going on? Can we see them?
Oh, I see, yeah. Cool. Rich
Anyways.
people with boats.
Yeah.
So anyway, if comments below, please leave them. Thanks for watching these videos. Thanks for being interested in this and fighting for Huxley. If I've offended anybody by doing this donation thing, and you thought I was trying to do it for wrong reasons, I apologize. It's definitely not my intention. It was never my intention, okay? $1,400 is not a ton of money to me. It is to a lot of people, but not really to me, and it's not worth being a total jackwagon over it, right? It's not worth my humanity to do that. So never was in my intention to do that. So anyway, let me know what you think in the below, what we should do with this thing. If you have any great ideas, I'm open to it. If you guys know any connections to the Stauffers or to these agencies that they used, please reach out. I'll reach out to anybody. I will try to move hell and high water to get this money to this kid. I'll do whatever it takes. And if I can't, and if they don't refund you guys, then I will donate it to a adoption agency or somebody that really needs it in Huxley's name. So, sucks that I had to do this video, but it is what it is. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcasts. Like and subscribe, or not. I don't really care, because I do this for myself. I'm selfish, and you are my therapy. So thanks for hanging out, and I'll try to update you as this continues, and I'm gonna keep digging into more family vloggers. I think there's something here. There's something big here. We need to uncover this whole situation. Maybe we need to lobby YouTube to make families stop using their kids for YouTube fame. I don't know if that's the case. Anyway, thanks for checking it out. I have 18 million mosquito bites right now, so excited about that for later on. Pretty sure one bit me right on the sack.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.